I'm 26 and I work in administration in a warehouse local to the area.
Do you live in this area in Tottenham Hale?
I live just opposite the stadium.
So you didn't experience the riot firsthand, did you?
Not here. I was living in South London at the time.
Okay.
And yeah, sirens were going off. It was a bit panic in the city.
It was, yeah. So what do you think? What were the main causes of the riot? So why it broke out? Why it happened?
I know this area has a lot to do with. Well, it has roots to a gentleman being killed by the police, being shot at. I have these discussions still with my friends. Some think it was a great thing, but I think it was also instead of pursuing something just, it became a bit of reckless violence, and the youth could have projected their energy into something worthwhile, and then it just was an excuse for hoodlums and stuff. So forth. Yes, police might have done the wrong thing, but I mean, there's a lot of innocent people got hurt. People's mothers, sisters, brothers, and some of the YouTube footage you see as well. It's pretty daunting of just normal members of the public getting hurt. Yeah. So I don't think it was. It's not like I think in the 80s when you hear, you know, the riots then for you know, ethnic rights and so forth, about the prejudices that was committed by the police. I think they were a bit more just. Here I understand, but when you see chicken shops and jewelers getting robbed and trainer shops, it doesn't really, no matter what your validity for the argument would be, you just undermine it. So, yeah.
So basically, loads of people just saw an opportunity to loot.
It was opportunities. Yeah, a lot of big opportunity. People who not necessarily go and do something like this decided to go on and have a bit of fun, but again, it didn't. You could have really channeled this great energy into something a bit more worthwhile. So yeah, I think it's a lost opportunity for the youth, and it only instills an argument for the people who are wrong in the first place, i.e. the police or the justice system.
And the riots actually, they spread out of London. There were riots all across the UK. Yeah. So do you think? And
the projection across internationally, when I speak to people, they were really scared. People coming to England, but yeah, I mean, South London, I remember, was pretty bad. Brixton area, the Clapham area, there was a fire, burned down some shops that I went to, vinyl record shop and so forth. And yeah, this is footage of a guy on his moped being dragged off, and yeah, it's pretty scary stuff, man.
So, what do you think if the government did something wrong, if they should have done something different to prevent those riots from happening?
The government, well, I think the institution as a whole, the whole justice system, the police, the laws that pass by. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, you're right.
You cool, brother?
Nice one.
My man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of holes in the whole thing. You could. What did they do right? I mean, they were slow. They were shocked. Everyone was shocked. There wasn't a big impact on how to handle it. And to be honest, with all these riot police, the police seemed more scared than anyone. They were in shock time to react to this, and then having this whole curfew set in, I think wasn't a great message. I mean, for me, I believe there are good police officers there, but I do believe the whole police, from my own experience, there are a lot of injustices, and there's a lot of cowboys in the force. So this is why these things can happen.
There was before the riots actually started, there was a black male was killed in this area. Yeah. That was what they believe that triggered the riots to happen.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this killing might have been racist or unjust?
Well, I think this was an excuse. We were really at a boiling point. I mean, our unemployment route. I mean, a lot of people of this age group, 16 to 25, are employed, especially in these outer areas, poor areas. And I think this was an excuse. This was an excuse people hop on board who are really frustrated, or youth who weren't doing anything, weren't working, studying, who are frustrated, who come from maybe underprivileged backgrounds, to do something and feel a part of something. The actual incident itself, I can't comment. I don't know about the man. I don't know what was involved. I hear it's to do with the gun. There was a gun there and not there. Right, bro. But this has been coming for a long time. I think there's a big gap with our youth and people who are seeking knowledge for themselves, who are empowering themselves to go and see what's going on in the world, and those who are just sitting on the back of buses, playing mobile phones, attacking innocent people. And then also police who have nothing better than to do. I mean, how many police do you see pulling over kids for no reason, giving stop and search in riot vans, and hitting on, I know incidences where they've been abusive and physically abusive from my own experience, as opposed to looking for real killers and just people. I don't know, it's a difficult, I think they were both sides were wrong. But I really think it was a wasted opportunity for the youth to come together. I mean, you might call me a Gandhi-like, but you could have used this energy if we all got together and made a stand, but in a peaceful way. I think would have attained much more long-term respect. I mean, that was happening. We also had the riots for the student, for the whole. It was a big year regarding the fees and so forth. But think of that energy that we could have channeled. We could have really attained something positive. Instead, we've just got really bad feedback. The area itself has got a worse name, and a lot of people got in trouble for that.
Do you think the two riots might have been connected? The students' riot, the fees raising, the benefits being cut, and then consequently the big riots across the country?
Yeah, and if you think about this, it's also just before the Olympics, so it was a big bad press for London. But I believe there was a big energy, and there's something, it's with the economy. We're hearing now that we're maybe going into a triple dip, whatever that means. Everyone knows that it's a negative, but I don't think they actually know the ins and outs of what's going on. People are living day to day, really. They're just caring to be able to pay their bills and put dinner on the table. Yeah, I believe they are connected. And again, it was a really, really problematic thing. I've had debates with friends, and almost, we really disagree, where they think that was a great thing, and there's totalitarian, powers are being taken away our rights. But I just don't think. I believe in defending yourself, but I don't believe needless violence is going to achieve anything. Especially, a knife for an eye is not gonna help in this thing. A revolutionary or new age. No, I think if we use our minds and energy, we could have done a lot more. It was scary, really.
For the last question, do you think what do you think should be done to prevent those kind of riots happening in the future?
Schooling. It's absolutely about schooling. Schooling at home and schooling at schools. For London, one of the greatest cities in the world, most powerful, financial, central. I don't know, are you from Sweden?
I'm from Estonia, actually.
Estonia, alright. But if you look at the rest of Europe and compare London, our schooling system is really rubbish. I mean, look at an area like Tottenham. I mean, most people are the parents aren't from here originally. I mean, they're really poor maths and English rates. The state schools in London are really, really bad, and there's a divide there happening. We're not having education there. People aren't involved. I spoke to I was having a conversation. I was working in a hotel. Might be diverging, and he was a high court judge, and he was like, "What really grinds your gears?" And I didn't want to say I was being polite, being the British way, but then I did speak to him, and I think it's a missed opportunity. Speaking with, there's a big divide. Police, there's kids, education, teachers, parents. That's where it needs to start, happen, engage, make them see they can achieve things, and not hang on street corners or.
So it all starts with the parenting and schooling of the youth.
But also the system, this institute, not saying you're poor, you can do this, you need to go to a job, you need to go into university. I mean, there are other ways. The state is again responsible for the schools, so you can say, so there's something happening there. If we're educating youth to be able to go and do stuff like that, there's something wrong. Obviously, you can't turn around and say, oh, the parents are wrong. The parents are like this. They've spent 10 years in an education system and they haven't learned. I don't know, man. It's I do know, but I'm a bit tired of.
Do you believe that the government maybe should put money into other places, like more for youth, more for education, and less, I don't know, for corporations and.
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, when you have this money, it goes to the certain group. What, it's for a football group initiative, or to borrow books, and we build a playground. You know, I don't think that's the way. We really got to think. All right, what do we want to gain in the next 10 years? What skills do we want to do? How do we want these people? Look at this, where. Yeah, that's a that's a perfect example of really, really well thought people. You know, who have nothing better to do with themselves. Yeah, you know, there's so much. Why is a sportsman a hero? I know he had the Olympics, but why are they heroes? And when do you hear about the scientific greats or people pioneering international human rights, or writers or philosophers, or letting people see this? There's not just a route. I mean, look at this area. I mean, I'm new to Tottenham. I lived all over, east, west, south, but you just see there is a big divide, man. And then outside, with the other rights, when we're talking about Birmingham, Bradford, there's a big divide there. It's not mixed. I mean, people aren't integrating, and this is a whole other debate, which gives rise to the national, the far right groups, and then to the other extremists who are saying, yeah, we need to sit down a lot more and talk with each other, not just hope things will sort out themselves.